If you're looking to make an extra 500, $1,000 a month, and you just feel like you don't know where to start, this is the episode for you. We're going to be going through 101 side hustle ideas. This is part two. So if you haven't watched part one, where we have the first 25 different side hustles, you can watch that. But what we're going to do is walk through number 26 through 101 coming up in part number two. In the comment section down below, let us know if you're watching this live or hashtag replay if you're watching this as a replay. Let's get right into it. So, again, we're going to be looking at the skills that you're going to be needing. And the format is we're going to look at the skill that you need, the style, and the tool to get started this weekend to start making an extra $500, $1,000, or beyond. So let's get into number 26. Number 26 is remote sales, selling products or services from home. Now, you can do this in a couple different formats. You can do this with live streaming. You can be recommending different items. You can do a lot of different things. So if I'm going to go to Amazon Live, and if we go over here, right here, live chat, say chat Amazon customer right here. Let's go here. We're going to look at Amazon Live for creators. And this way you can live stream and you can start being able to sell things. So right here, Amazon Live, a new way to shop on Amazon. You'll be able to earn and educate. So here you can show off different things right here. Oh man, Junior, thanks so much for watching live. Thanks so much for being here. This is going to help you be able to sell different merchandise right here. And this is just one of many different programs right here. So think about if you're trying to sell or do something like that, you can do that. But also, too, number 26, remote sales, if you're working with a team. Say, for instance, there's a brand, but they need a someone to be doing the online sales. You can offer to do that as well. And this is just one of many programs. We're part of the Amazon Live program to get started, but you can, of course, take a look at this and see if you want to consider doing this for yourself as well. I'm going to put this in the chat. Okay, so let's take a look at what this would fall under. This would be done for you. So you could be doing this for a corporation or your brand, but also too, I think you could do this DIY plus if you're teaching people how to do this yourself and go from there. I would go with Amazon Live here, or you can do affiliate marketing with this as well. And we're going to say SWAS, software with the service. Okay, so that's remote sales. So again, Amazon Live, you can start that. Let's put that into our collection right here as a link and we go from there. If you want a copy of the things that we're talking about right here, I can share it in the chat as well. This way you can see this for yourself and follow along as we're talking about all these side hustles. Let me put this right here. Okay. All right. So we did 26. 27, online researcher conducting research for businesses or academics. You could definitely do this. If we take a look at trends.vc or trends.co and really hustle.co as well, we see that this is a big thing. You can offer this in a couple different ways. Okay. Ooh, okay. Trends newsletter, the new page changed. I just looked at that. Interesting. Okay. So, trends.vc, so you can dive into new markets and ideas with over 65K like minded founders. So, you can either be a researcher for them, and they're always looking for a researcher. If you go onto their newsletter, there are researcher like analyst positions. You can do this, or you can do this for a specific industry or a specific brand as well. So, I would look at this to really have an option to be an analyst and go from there. So I would say done for you. So that's a job that you provide. Also, I would say creating a micro SaaS, software as a service. You could create a site yourself like that. If we look at something like Trendly, and then that will allow you to be able to sell this information as well. Data is plural is another one. So trendly.com, you can look at different trends, and then people are just paying him to do that. So $49 right there. Let's see right here. Now the next one is right here. We have trends, we have that one. All right, that's excellent. Okay, online researcher. Okay, e-commerce store owner running an online retail business. I would say that's done for you. You could have that for your own brand, or you could also do DIY plus by consulting or templates for different Shopify stores. Hold on one second. If we look at this real quick, let's take a look at Shopify. If I wanted to start this real quick, I would probably make sure that I offer to either run someone's Shopify store, set it up if they're doing like drop shipping, or selling Shopify templates or Shopify or build Shopify apps. That's what I would probably do. So that's one thing I would do. Now you can do this with like WooCommerce or WordPress or things like that, but I would probably specialize in a very specific platform. And one of the biggest in the world is Shopify. I would go with Shopify right here. So right here. Um, by the way, anyone want to collab and things like that, make sure down in the chat below, make sure you talk to different ones, all that kind of stuff. That's excellent. Great to see everyone here. Okay, so if we do done for you right here, let's go with Shopify. Nope, go with Shopify.com. And then I would go with creating website, creating Shopify templates, theme templates, or creating Shopify apps, which would just be like plugins or something like that. Okay, so we have that. Next up, now if I'm going too fast, you want to see more examples, please, please, please let me know. Okay, so we have e-commerce store owner. We have that. All right, next up right here, let's see, theme templates. There we go. Spelled that wrong. All right. Drop shipping, selling products online without inventory. Now, you can be doing this using Shopify as well. You could also use it with like Alibaba Express, things like that. Um, Besides drop shipping, I would probably look at maybe offering a service where you're finding the best products for the person, and then they can connect it to their drop shipping store. So I would probably look at research for this, or you can do drop shipping yourself or managing someone drop shipping site. So let's go with done for you and say owning or operating drop shipping store, offering, let's see, help with picking right items. So right there, we could either create our own curated newsletter for the top Alibaba like items, or we could also create a micro SaaS where you're giving them the best like options for what's selling on Alibaba. Like for example, I think there's Amazon. Let's see, Amazon best selling items SaaS. Let's see about this. Forget the exact name of it, but yeah, Jungle Scout. I haven't thought about them in a minute. All right, let's move this out. Okay, yeah, Jungle Scout. So right here, build custom tools for industry leading data. Yeah, Amazon Intelligence Unlock. So 9 out of 10 of the top Amazon sellers use Jungle Scout. So you can look at keyword analysis, product research, what's the volume going on Amazon, rank tracking, competitor insights. And really, if I could do this myself, if you're going to be having access to the Amazon API, you could be having your own micro SaaS business, or you could be using Jungle Scout to offer that as a curated service to other people. So identify business ideas, opportunities of leading products and research. Let's see when you get the API. So $49 a month, you get access to the API requests. And you could be building a micro SaaS micro SaaS on top of this one. So Jungle Scout is a great example. Let's see right here, drop shout. Yep. Let's see. Example, Jungle Scout. I mean, there are so many businesses out here, but like Jungle Scout is a great example. I would probably do this with the same way this is for Amazon. I would do this for Alibaba. Blogging, creating and monetizing blogs. Okay, so this is a little bit different than just freelance writing. You can create a very niche blogs. Like, so for ours is Build Freedom DIY. It's about side hustle ideas. If you are going to go in a very specific direction, we could go like look at Trendly, look at what's trending, and then be able to build like off the trade. Like, okay, Guild Education, adult education upskilling platform. So if I made a blog about Guild Education, I've never even heard of that term. If I did that, then I can be like the authority in that space and then start monetizing by ads and all those things. I will say that this is time consuming and this will take a long time because SEO takes a long time. Search engine optimization takes a long time to get started. I would probably do this for a business or a brand that is trying to be an authority in the space. So I'd probably do this as a done for you service for other people before I just try to go out and do this on my own. I would find someone for like, okay, AI ethics. I would go for someone in that space and say, hey, I want to build out a blog and basically build your brand and get either a piece of the ad revenue or I'm just getting paid a retainer per month to manage it. Another one, barefoot shoes. Didn't even know about this. You could look at different topics here and then build out a niche about that. Besides Trendly, of course, we can go to explodingtopics.com as well. And that will kind of give us more trends of what's happening. And we could be building out different blogs. So for blogging, I'm going to say done for you. I also can see this as SWAS, software with a service, because you could be building the blog, but then have affiliate links. So then, depending on the industry or what you're doing, you can make money off of the affiliate links as well. This is pretty popular in blogging, so you could do the same thing as well. Again, depends on your time and energy and what you want to do. I'd probably approach a brand that doesn't have an optimized blog and just build it out for them. That's what I would look for. Um, Next up, YouTube content creation, producing and monetizing videos. Okay, I love this. So there's a couple different ways that I would do this. Number one, I would look at brands on YouTube. So I would go and use Social Blade. But look at up and coming like YouTube like accounts that are really popping off before they get too big. I would probably approach them if they need help running their channel, or if I'm already a fan of a channel, I can just ask, do they need help with an editor? Do they need a script writer? All of those things. But Social Blade is going to allow you to look at the data of your favorite like channels and be able to look at how fast are they growing, what's happening, how are they making money, all of those things to really start looking at how you can help their channel. That's what I would do if I was trying to do it. Um, Creating and monetizing. Yeah, yeah. Content creation, producing, and monetizing. If you look at, let's see, Reyes, the entrepreneur, he has a really good service. Not only does Reyes have a great channel, we've worked with him before, shout out to Reyes, but also too, he has services where he's working with different people. So he has how to record your first tutorial, but he also, if you're trying to monetize your channel, and he works with specifically like detailers and window washers, things like that, service-based businesses, he'll teach you and he'll work with you to do that. And that's all of his services. That's how he gets paid. So if we look at this one, oh, I had to sign in and everything, you'll be able to get access to it. And so I think that's a way that you could do the same thing. Let me write that down. Content creator. So I would do done for you. I would also do DIY plus, because also instead of just producing and monetizing, you could always show people how to do it, and they are part of your chorus, or you're doing a cohort or something like that. I'm going to do cohort or chorus. And also too, if I'm using AppSumo, let me do YouTube. Where's that one tool that I was using? Let's take a look. the tool I was using. Hold on one second. Yeah, Makers. Yeah, go to product. Okay, so Maker Suite, this really helps you with the data and AI. You can help with researching a topic, getting your script, all of those things. And I could see this if you're trying to work with a brand to do all of the heavy lifting. You could do researching a topic, you can help them with their first draft of a script, and it replaces all these tools. If you scroll over here, so if you're doing like Ahref, if you're doing SEMrush, TubeBuddy, vidIQ, Notion, you can be replacing all this using MakerSuite. You can just do all of that work for them. And again, this helps them be more efficient and really put out more content. So you could really be producing this. So for an example, let's look at exploration for my projects. Yeah. So if we're looking at some of this like AI in 2024, you can run a report here. You can let them know what are the top performing videos, what's the topics, what kind of videos are they like, and it will tell you the quality of the video, how many views they have, what's the length of the video. It then allows you to break down um, what you would do for that video as well. So, like, hold on one second, right? So it tells you where people are watching, what's the time, other videos along those things, advanced insights. So you could be offering all of this to do all of the heavy lifting for someone, and that's why they should pay you. That was on AppSumo not too long ago. So if I was going to do that, I would just offer that as a service right there. Let me do that. Put this examples of tool to use. Figure Suite. Okay, great. So again, YouTube content creation, producing, monetizing videos. Another thing is I might also say, can I repurpose the videos for you or repurpose the content? So I'd look at repurpose.io to automate and to post on multiple platforms, all of those things. And not only that, I would probably use Opus Clip as well. Um, that way I can take longer form videos and then convert it to shorter form as well and put them on all different platforms. That's what you could offer to do that or turn it into a podcast. So that's excellent. Okay, let's grab this. I'm going to put this in here. Okay. All right. Next up, and let me know in the comment section down below, what are you trying to do? What kind of side hustle are you trying to do to make an extra $500,000? Let me know. Okay. Number 32, online music lessons, teaching music instruments or theory online. I like this a lot. This is similar to like Medify and teaching a certain skill. If you're already great at a certain instrument or singing lessons or anything like that, I would take a look. Let's go to Fiverr, excuse me, and let's take a look at what people are doing. Fiverr, let's go here. Let's go to music lessons. I give piano lessons. I will give you great music theory and ear training lessons. What? Okay, so if we look at this, see how much they're charging. $10 for standard, $10 for basic, standard, 25, premium, $80. 7-day delivery, 4 lessons, 60 minutes, sheet music, exercise, and supporting material. That's crazy. So if we're looking at examples of how we could monetize our skill, this is a great example right here. Not only that, we can look at the trailer video, see what this is about, but this is just one example of how we can start making money if you're already musically inclined. I think I'm tone deaf. I would not be great at this, but I would do this as DIY plus. Yeah. And then also I would say, so I would say like async music lessons. I could say evaluations, evaluation of music and critiques. And then what I would do also too, because he's selling sheet music, templates for sheet music and exercises for students. Such a great idea. Okay. So that's what we would do. Digital art sales, creating and selling digital artwork. Okay, we can do this in a couple different ways. We can do this if we're going to be using Printful. And what we can do is when we're using Printful, we can have mock-ups and we can, this is an idea from, um, was it the Noah Kagan's book for $1 Million Weekend? You can just have a mock-up, put it on Facebook Marketplace, see if it sells even before you start having a Shopify store, all of those things. I would make a mock-up here, make it in Printful, see if anyone wants it, and then if I get orders either by Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, whatever, then I would go and run the print for them to go and buy it and everything like that. But Printful, I think you could be doing this very easily. The other thing that I would look at is probably Etsy. And again, I would probably do mock-ups to start seeing what people want very, very quickly, and then iterate and start selling it. But I would probably go with Printful. The other thing I would look at besides Printful for myself is if I was looking at a brand that doesn't have merch, I would look at, hey, have you ever thought about merch? Do you want this? Especially if it's a YouTuber, you could help them set up their spread shop or anything like that. So we could do this done for you, or we could, yeah, have it as a DIY plus. Spreadshop integrates directly with YouTube. So I could see this being a benefit of just learning how to use Spreadshop. And that way you can go ahead and start working with creators and everything like that. That's what I do. If you're having trouble of thinking about who would I want to work with, think about the YouTubers that you already watch. Look at their channel page. Look at the shop section or wherever their merch is and see if they have merchandise. If they don't, this is a great way to work with them and to, again, try to help them with their merch line. Spreadshop, or if I want to do it myself, I would do mock-ups with Printful. Okay, let's add that. Number 32, no, 33. So I would do done for you, or I can do DIY plus, I think. DIY plus, if I do templates, how to get started with merch. Okay, let me add this. Spreadshop, Printful. Let me just add these links. Of course, if anyone needs a copy of this, in the link down below, you'll get access to all of these, what I'm putting up on the screen right now. It's all my links. Let me put this here, copy this. Okay. Okay. Let me put this here. If anyone wants a copy, let me drop it in the chat again. And let's keep rolling. Okay. Forever Living God says, I want to start life coaching online and also create a social app that allows users to create inner friend groups amongst themselves for video conferencing, book clubs. I don't know how to implement without code. Okay. So let's break this down. So life coaching online, I would be looking at either Upcoach or I would look at Heartbeat. Most likely, if you're trying to do more of an aspect of a community, I would probably go with Heartbeat. Um, that's what I would probably do. Um, and then that way you can expand. Now, the question is how to create a social app that allows users to create inner friend groups amongst themselves for video conferencing. That's going to be interesting. And the reason that I say that is you can go ahead and do this a couple different ways. You could do this with Flutterflow. But we find is it's really hard to have people adopt different platforms right off the bat. And so creating a space for people to build out their own communities on a platform they're used to, the adoption rate goes a little bit goes a lot higher. For example, I don't like Facebook, but to create Facebook groups, if your audience is on Facebook a lot, creating subcategories in your Facebook group might be a good way because a lot of people are already using that app already. If people already like Telegram or using it daily, use Telegram. People use WhatsApp, depending on your own use case and your audience. It also depends why you want them to have their own space, right? Because when you're thinking about building a community, it's such a heavy lift to get them to download an app, for them to do something they're not used to. There's got to be a full reason. If it's a counterculture thing of you're rallying against how much you hate Facebook and you're trying to create an alternative, you might have some adoption, but it depends on how big your audience is, what's going on, how tech savvy is your audience before they start downloading another program in general. You could do this with Flutterflow, but again, what I usually see when people are trying to create social networks and what they fail at is the chicken and the egg. They're trying to create a space to draw people there, and they don't have the audience to the other platform. Let me know if that makes sense. But to create a social platform, you can do it with Flutterflow. If I was doing coaching, I would probably still go with Heartbeat, then build smaller communities in my own community for them to connect. There's a section where you can do matchups, and also there are threads and chats. So there can be audio or video channels that you can have on your own platform using Heartbeat, your own community. So that way you're not making an app from scratch. Let me know if that is helpful, and I'll put the link down below if you want a copy of that. Um, Let me go with favorites, copy link. Let me know if that makes sense. But it's really difficult when you're trying to bring them over for the first time and making your own app. Okay, cool. Understand? Okay, awesome, 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 awesome. Peace. If you want to try it out, Um, there's my link down below. You can take a look. You can start for free, and all of those things. Okay, but I love the idea. Keep it up. Keep me posted. But I would really start with a community. Start building it out from there. Okay, this kind of goes right into the next one. But online therapy or counseling, providing mental health services online. Of course, we always want to make sure that if you're doing this, you're a professional or trained in all those things. But if I'm doing online therapy or counseling, or I'm doing life coaching or something like that, I'm going to also put in life coaching here. If I'm going to be doing that, there's a couple things that I would look at. Number one, I would do it DIY plus, where I'd have a community group. Um, In that way, if I want to provide one-on-one support or group support, I'd probably use Heartbeat. The other component I might look at is probably using some kind of AI where I'm going to be able to give help right away. Again, I always say with mental health, there's a lot of things to consider. So I wouldn't just do this haphazardly. And if you're not qualified, team up with someone that is. But I would probably look at something like Chatbase to create my own custom Chat GPT that they can interact with, for them to get help. And I wouldn't make this the end all, but it allows them to interact with your services, your methodology. You could even have it a payment type for them to pay you for this instant access, and then direct them to something else. So probably to a community or something like that. I would probably use Chatbase. Yeah. So I would do DIY plus. I would do AI assistant. I'm going to say GPT, Chatbase, and and community. Would use Heartbeat. Okay. Next up, what we have is remote project management, managing projects for business remotely. This is similar to our VAs. So we talked about VAs earlier, where some VAs some VAs already provide project management for a company. So I'm going to kind of couple this together. What I would do for this is, if I'm being a remote project manager, I would offer my service, but also offer SWAS, software with the service. So I'm giving them the methodology and the platform to stay organized. So if it's a company that they have no systems in place, no documentation, I'd probably already be an expert or something in like Asana, Basecamp. So I'd be known for that kind of technology or that tech stack. Then I would say I would implement that project management for someone. So let's take a look if Asana has an expert program. Asana expert program? Expert program. Let's see about this. Is there a cert for Asana? Asana advisors, consultations. I would look at something like this, similar to like there's Notion ambassadors or things like that. I would try to see if there's an expert program for whatever I want to use and then be known for that technology and then offer my services there. So remote done for you service. I would also do DIY plus because I could be setting up systems or documentation and then I could sell the system or operating system that I could now charge for. Group training, selling templates for project management. So, yeah, we can sell this as a done for you service. You actually work for the company or a DIY plus for sure. I see a lot of training with that. I'm going to say examples, Sauna, Basecamp, could even be Notion as well. Do that a lot more common right now. Basecamp. Oh, also too, Smart Suite. And I know there's a certification for that as well. I'm certified as an expert, Smart Suite. It's pretty much like if Airtable and Monday.com had a child. Um, that's what Smart Suite is. If you want to take a look, let me drop my link over here. But I'm certified in it. A lot of people need project management, so I definitely look at that. What's wrong with my link? Come on now. There we go. We'll drop that. It's affiliate link. But if you want to try it out for free, you can try out Smart Suite. Okay, and I would say get certified for authority for a specific platform. Okay. Next up, online language teaching instructor, teaching a language online. I think that's definitely possible. If you go to Uscreen, uscreen.tv, you can see this. I'm going to say this is done for you. No, DIY plus. Yeah, DIY plus. And I'm going to say DIY as well. If we look at examples, where's education? Education. If we look at Coffee Break TV, I just did a whole thing about this. It's like Netflix for language learners. So they're selling language lessons and they're selling $19 a month or $99 annually. So 5, 10, and 15-minute language, 5, 10, 15-minute videos, French, German, Italian, Spanish, new videos every month for intermediate learners. So they're even being more specific, not just for everyone, intermediate only. And we see that they're offering this video on demand pretty much, or also they're offering a community feature as well. So if I'm going to be looking at teaching online language teaching, I'm going to look at DIY plus, and then also I would do online community, cohort training, and I can do video on demand. Example, coffee break. And you can use that. That's an example that they use Uscreen to do it. You could use Uscreen to build out that community. There are several different other platforms you could use, but look at this as an example of different things that you could do. But I definitely think you could do that for online language teaching, instructing. Great side hustle, especially if you're already like if you're already a high school teacher or a middle school teacher teaching a language, you could create your own side hustle and just do that as an online language teacher as well. DIY Plus for sure. All right, next up, virtual interior design consultant. I love this. I love this. I love this. So, this would be done for you, I believe, where you're getting an intake of what their design they want. Then you can basically charge for what that design would be. You can also do DIY Plus, where you could probably do this with AI. You could use Chatbase or others. You let the person know what kind of design that you want for your house or whatever, and then it can send you out exactly what you would need. So I see this being with like creating your own custom GPT for home design, or you could just have an intake form where you learn about their design and then you're either creating a mood board for them or you're doing some kind of virtual tour or something like that. Love, love, love that idea. Let me bring this down. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. Let me make sure I have everything. Oh, let me bring it back. Okay. So that's great. Let's take a look at interior design. Let's do this a little bit more. I think there's a tool that I would use. So, okay. So I definitely use Chatbase. That's for sure. Let me bring up Chatbase here, chatbase.co. But also, let me go to appsumo.com. There is something that they had for interior design where it would be like virtual tours before. Um, Let me do virtual tours. Used to be a virtual backgrounds. No, there used to be a tool back in the day that could do it. I'll try to find it. But virtual interior design consultant. Yeah, I think I would just do um, curated style guides for interior design. So I would look at number one. What is that? Curated templates, curated design templates, AI, GPT, um, suggestions for home or okay. And you could charge for both. You could charge someone just to use the GPT, and that way you can scale even faster. For me, I would make sure that I'm either doing it for myself or working with a business. Maybe they do staging for a house, and then I work with a stager to have this as another revenue stream. That way, they pay me for the upkeep if they don't want to do this themselves, or if I already have the skill, I can go and do this. So I would say either partner with a home stager or do it yourself and build a brand. I was doing this and I wanted an extra 500 or $1,000 like right now, if I don't have the skill, I'm looking to talk to a real estate agent to find a stager, or if I already know a stager, I would be hitting them up ASAP to offer this consultation. Yeah, definitely. Remote legal consulting, providing legal advisor services online. Of course, when we say anything specialty like this, like in health services, make sure that you are qualified to do this. But again, if you're not, pair up with a lawyer and offer this for them as well. I would probably do almost the exact same thing that I did with the interior design consultant. I would have the same thing. I would do something with creating a custom GPT. And again, for free consulting, but then they would need to talk to the person for more details. Or I would probably use something like Air.ai, where if I'm going to be helping them with like converting sales. Air.ai allows you to use basically conversational AI to get more leads. So if I'm already working with a lawyer, I might already have, you know, I would I would have this as another option that I could set this up so they make more sales. If you want me to do a demo on Air AI or anything like that, which is pretty crazy, we've done this with a client before. Let me know. But this is a huge opportunity right here. This really allows you to have AI sales and customer support. and you can train it all on voice and everything. It's pretty amazing. So I would do that, or I would do chat based where they could just interact with it, just text, either of those two things. Okay, let's add that. Done for you. I would have SWAS, software with a service, and I would just connect with professional to increase leads or sales. That's what I would do. Okay, next up, cybersecurity consulting, helping businesses with their online security. I would do this for done for you. Either you're helping them with the security itself and you're monitoring it, so you're going to be a retainer or do that actively, or I can see this as DIY plus. You're going in and you're doing an audit. So you're doing a cyber security audit, and then what you're doing is letting them know about the vulnerabilities or what they need to do. And then you just pay them either to learn more, or you go into the services where you're actually doing it for them. But I think doing a audit, you could be crushing it right there. Yeah. If you're already doing something with cybersecurity right now, you're trained in that, or you want to connect with someone that's already done like the CompTIA or anything like that, you could be crushing it with consulting. I love that. I would probably do monitoring as well as a retainer, as an upsell. Monitoring. I would be looking something specific like looking for vulnerability on WordPress sites, or very specific ones where if they're dealing with like HIPAA compliance or something with security or sensitive information, I would be offering my services right there. Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, online community management. I love it. You already know. I used to do that for years, and I'm a consultant for communities such as Heartbeat. So if you're actually looking for an expert for Heartbeat, where am I? Am I on the experts page? Yeah, right here. So take a look. Let me know. But yeah, I'm a community expert, and I've done a couple things with Heartbeat for their videos as well. I think this is great. Look for a community that needs a community manager, and then just offer your services there. I would look at communities on Discord or professional communities that already need a moderator or ones that need to be a community lead. I would definitely look for this hands down. Okay. So if I'm doing this community done for you, I think that would be a great job. I love this. Or DIY plus, where you're doing consulting. That's what I do right now. For communities, I would really I would look at that. I would look at that. So let me take a look at this. If I'm going to go to indeed.com, or I might just go on LinkedIn. Let me just go on LinkedIn. Am I logged in? Okay. And then I would look at jobs. See, where is who is it? I need Erica Bates right now because I don't use LinkedIn like I need to. So community manager, community and development manager. You could look if it's remote, if it's in person. There's tons of community managers. I would be looking at smaller brands or creators that already have a community, and if they need a community manager, that's what I would do. I would start at LinkedIn, start looking at some of the jobs, what you need to do, start thinking about it, and then offer my services. So I would look at done for you or DIY plus. Also, too, I would look at a specific platform, so that way, if I'm really good at using Circle or Mighty Networks, Uscreen, now I can stand out from the pack being a online community manager. That's what I would do. Okay, but I think it's a great idea. Did it for many different companies. Did it for Inside. Did it for Chief of Staff Network, BizOps Network. Yeah, I think that's great. Let's see, and then also example: look at a brand doesn't have a community manager or moderator. Okay. So that could be Discord, that could be all those different things. Okay, next up, 41, remote HR consulting, offering human resources services remotely. I love this. If you're already an HR director, HR, whatever the title is, you could be doing consulting, you could be moonlighting and offering this fractional. So a fractional HR consultant or anything like that. We've seen this in a couple different formats, but you could do this done for you. So that's fractional, done for you, fractional for a startup or something like that. But you could also do DIY plus, where you could offer yourself in as a consultant, but offer it having your own community as well, and just offer HR help and everything like that. So you can scale out your business. So instead of all the one-on-one work, you do this with Heartbeat, and then you're just building out a community or small groups to scale like that. I think that's going to be great. Examples using cohort style or communities. And you could be really specific with this. HR for a very specific type of industry. I think that's really good. Instead of just saying I'll do HR consulting for everyone, be very specific with the way that you're doing it. Online bookkeeping, managing financial records for businesses. I think this is great. You could do this a couple different ways. Number one, you could be an advocate to use a certain software, um, Gusto, Bench.co, do something, be known for using that software, but also use SWAS, software as a service, where you can say, this is the best practices, and I use this platform. You could be their bookkeeper, or you could teach them and their staff how to be a bookkeeper, whatever you want to do. So I would do done for you or DIY plus. Let's see, for online bookkeeping, I would do done for you service. Everyone needs a bookkeeper, especially tax season. If you're a CPA, if you're trained with using a certain software, if you're using QuickBooks and you know how to use QuickBooks, if you're using Bench or whatever, I think this is great. So DIY plus or done for you service. Look at certifications, cert. I know QuickBooks has one. QuickBooks certification exam, right? So then that allows you to stand out and really be able to talk about it. Another way is too, if you have a YouTube channel or you're on TikTok or something and you're giving, examples of different shortcuts or how to use the software, you could be known. You see this with like Microsoft Excel all the time. You could do the same thing with QuickBooks. You could be that authority or influencer as you're doing this. So that's another way to get in front of the masses. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you have a certain skill or certification and you want to be known for it so you can start building your credibility or your brand? Let me know. Okay, so online uh, bookkeeper, and I also think and influencer. I think you can do that as well. And it's never too late. Start using YouTube and start doing tutorials. Start showing people how to do this. This will lead you to more business as well. Okay, virtual travel planner, planning trips and vacations for clients. You could do this not only as an influencer and showcasing how you travel, but you could also show traveling hacks, how you can start booking different flights. You can do Google Flights. You can show all these things. Or you could just, again, offer services where you're going to be doing package deals. Like google.com/travel and flights, you can start looking at booking them or showing people how to do this, all of those things. I think that's great. So right here, I could see done for you. You're actually doing it, or you could do DIY plus where you're showing them travel hacks and you're offering like templates, or you could create your own custom GPT to show them how they can go about to find the best deal. Or you could offer consulting as well. So to scale it, I think there's a couple different ways to do it here, but I would probably use chat based for them to first understand. Like, you could have them interact with this. Where are you trying to fly to? When do you want to book a flight? All those things. You can get all that information, have them fill out their information. You can contact them directly, or you can just charge them to use your custom GPT, so then they can plan their own vacation. Depends on how much interaction you want with them and scaling your business, but I think you could do this pretty easily. If you're already an influencer that travel a lot, or if you book a lot of travel and you've done that for corporations, maybe you work for a company, you're a VA, or you do a lot of travel, you could be offering this for your audience as well. Next up, number 44, remote real estate brokerage, assisting with buying and selling properties online. I like that. I think you could do that. Number one, depends on where you are in the country or the world. Uh, what are some of the things that you need to keep in mind? Or are you just looking at properties and you're giving them opportunities to know about what's happening? For example, it's Rasmus.com. You can look at auctions. I mean, we can go down a whole rabbit hole if you're going to be flipping different products and things like this. I'm always on public surplus. I'm always looking at this, but also they have different homes for sales. You could look at online sales. You could also look at being an auctioneer and going to, you know, yeah, broker that deal. So there's like less than a couple months of, you can actually do it in a weekend. Depends what state you're in, but you can become an auctioneer as well. But yeah, so what I would look at is a either done for you service. I could already be with a realtor or do something like that and just facilitate the online sales. So if they already have the license and they need help doing it online, you could offer that. You could do it yourself. You could be an auctioneer, or you can also offer like a micro SaaS where you just compile the deals and people just pay for your. You've done all the curation and they're just paying for the database. So I'm a huge fan of that. So I'm going to say uh, paid database. I would look at that too. And tons of realtors, we see this with turnkey properties. People, if you're on their newsletter, they let you know about the property. They take a percentage. You can do all those things, but I do a micro SaaS, and that way they just pay for the database of all the curated things that you find. So done for you. And I'm going to say also DIY plus and creating a micro SaaS. That it depends on your skill level, but if you can use Flutterflow, I'd be taking a look at that. Okay, online nutritionalist providing diet and nutrition planning services. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see, Fitbot. Let's take a look. I mentioned Trainerize earlier. Take a look. There's so many different ones. Let's see. Let's do Trainerize competitors. So I would use Trainerize, but let's take a look at the alternatives right here. Yeah, True Coach. We used to work with them too before they got acquired. They're good. Mindbody, they're old school. They're not bad. Yeah, I would probably use Trainerize or True Coach. Depends on the design. Yeah, let's go over here. Yeah, truecoach.co. So when they got acquired, you can basically create your own profiles, be able to do this. Let's look at pricing. $19, 52 standard, up to 20 active clients. So it depends on, how many clients you have, all those things. I would start on a starter plan. And again, if I don't have the expertise, I can go out and like solutions for physical therapists, CrossFit, functional fitness, bodybuilders, education. I would look at an influencer online that is already crushing it. If they already have a just like a spreadsheet that they're sending people, offer to do it and create an app for them for their brand and just make it on True Coach or something like that. Again, you can use Trainerize, all of those different things, but I would either do it if I'm a fitness enthusiast, I would do that, or I would connect with an influencer and offer this as a service as well. So I would do it done for you. Also, you could do DIY plus, where you're teaching their team, or you just offer like best practices. You can sell the SOPs and everything like that, standard operating procedures, and then they just buy it from you. Let's see, True Coach. Yeah. So I would do that. I would do that. 46, remote academic advising, academic counseling, college application assistance. This is an awesome idea, especially with if parents are feeling overwhelmed trying to help their child get into college, or you whatever age you are and you're trying to apply for college, I would probably create a custom GPT to help them through the process. What are the things? Where are they? So, number one, you could charge them for one-on-one consulting. That would be premium, but you could also charge them for a custom GPT where if they're having trouble with getting into college, what do they need to prep? What are the questions they need? What tests do they need to pass? I can charge them to engage with my GPT and then get them ready for college admissions. I'd probably do that. Yeah. I mean, one on one, yes, I would do that as a premium. I would be charging them several $100s either per session or if I'm doing group coaching. But you could always have a custom chat GPT for them to then engage with your uh, philosophy, your basically methodology, and then they charge a certain amount. They get charged a certain amount. So let's go with this online advising. I would say DIY plus. Would look at custom GPT, online. Let's see, online coaching. I'd say group coaching. That's what we're trying to get to. Okay. And for that, I would use Chatbase. Chatbase right here. Okay, great. Okay. Online. Oh, let's see. If oh yeah, someone in the chat saying, "How can I get this?" Let me put this again in the chat. If you want to see the 101 side hustles and all the things that we're saying right here, here you go. Okay, cool. All right. Online personal shopper or stylist, assisting with fashion or shopping online. That's a great idea. And I've got a solution or example of this. So if you look up effortless gent, effortless gent right here. So effortless, obtainable everyday style for elder millennials. See, he's really changed this over time. Very specific now. Very specific. Send me the free guide. So he has a free guide. Look good every day with these 11 items. So it's an opt-in that's free. Then he has all these solutions. Very interesting. It's interesting how he's changed this over time. Very specific demographic too. You see how it's not all over the place. He'll take anyone. So he has all of these things. What else we got here? What else is he selling? He usually sells a okay, effortless outfits. So I need spring or fall clothes. What do we get? Okay, so we get the academy here. Unlock effortless outfits. I think he's using Podia. Buy for $47. So we buy right here. And what do we get for this? Clothes were a carefully chosen set of items. The outfits you are done, simply wear. Okay. So what do you get? What's included in the outfit? 10 core clothing items for spring, 5 on trend options, 15 pieces, 10 outfit ideas, links to buy, a list of everything I suggest. So not only is he charging you 47 for the basically capsule of the clothes, then I can almost 99.9, it's 100%. Once you click on the items that he's suggesting, then he's making money off of that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. He doesn't have to worry about providing the shipping and everything. He's outsourcing this. Probably you're buying it from another dealer or whatever. $47. I love everything about it. Looks very good. The capsules look great. I love businesses like this. Okay, so that's effortless gents. That's found in one of the links um for the 101 side hustles. That's in the 50 plus high profit side hustles that I have down below. Let's add this to the list, shall we? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Where were we? Online personal shopping or stylist. What I see here is DIY. DIY, really. I don't think this is a plus. You could do a plus where it's personal. So DIY, where you're just telling them what to buy, you're sending them a list of outfits based on what they want. I could see this being a course like we just saw. a custom GPT where they're entering in their style and everything like that. Or I see it as a DIY plus where you could do one-on-one or group coaching based on styling and everything like that. Yeah, effortless gents, right? Effort, yeah. If I can't spell, let's look at an example. We'll put that in this over here. Copy example of this. Example. Excellent. Okay. So we have that done. Next up, digital product sales, selling digital products like templates and tools. Okay, we've been talking about this all day long, but let's talk about a couple different options. If I'm going to be doing this, number one, I would be looking at other I would look at other brands that aren't selling digital goods and offer to put them online. I'd probably do this with Podia, but I would also, if I'm just getting started for myself, I feel overwhelmed, I might just use Gumroad to get started. Yes, it's a 10% flat fee, but if you're just getting started, you need a like storefront, you want a little bit of discoverability for people to find out who you are, and you just want to like get started quickly, I would probably use Gumroad. As you can see, like baking quality buttercream. That's very specific. Very specific. So elevate your homemade treats with bakery quality buttercream. I'm getting hungry right now. I'm getting hungry right now. They're selling it for 11.99. So you're getting all of the information how to get started, detailed recipe and video of high quality buttercream, right? So it's a digital download. Um, there you go. You're selling it. I would use either Gumroad or I would use something like Podia or another platform. But yeah, digital product sales. I'm looking at right here. This is DIY. This is DIY or DIY plus. I could offer to have them download the digital good, whatever it is. And then if they want more access to me, either a Zoom call, group coaching, whatever, that's DIY plus. I would probably also look at an example of Better Sheets. Shout out to our boy over there, Andrew Campy. He's got this for Better Sheets right here, tools, templates, but he offers different training on Maven as well. So right here, tutorials and generators, tutorials, 33 courses, and then his other site, I believe he can charge you if you want to do sessions. He does that a couple times a year. Okay. So this is an example right here for Better Sheets. If you're thinking about something specific, let me know in the chat as well. Make sure that I answer your questions as well. A digital download, and then let's go with gumroad.com. All right, so we have that. Remote IT consulting, information technology consulting for businesses. I think this is going to be DIY plus because again, you're not doing the service or rendering the service. You can offer one-on-one or group coaching. This is really good if you're trying to do IT support and it's a startup that needs help with IT support. They're going to either pay you as a fractional consultant or whatever. I would do that, and I would probably use UpCoach. If I'm doing consulting, a lot of times, if I'm just getting started, I'm going to use UpCoach. You hear me say this a lot, or I would use Heartbeat if I'm going to more scale it out to be more community components, things like that. Now, we're at number 50 already. We're at number 50 already. And thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on replay or live, thank you so much. Let's take a look at this. Online journalism, writing an online news platform or magazine. I love this. I think you could do online zines and everything like that. Let's do Notion, templates, zines. I think this is important. I think this is a really good, important thing. You can get this like Notion template right here, and really allows you. I bought this template years ago. I love this thing. I need to do more with it, but you can have a presence. I really think this allows you to have a really good authority in a space, and this is just another option to have your own magazine right here. We are talking about Gumroad earlier. Look, killing it right here. 149 sales. Yeah, I think I bought it for $10 or plus. And you can have your own magazine format in Notion right there. I think this is a really good option. Let me copy it and go from there. So online journalism, writing an online news platform. So number one, you could create your own magazine. But if you don't want to create your own magazine, you want to help out a brand, look at a company that's already like has a magazine and ask to work for them. Let's see. SweaterX magazine right here. Back in the day, I used to write for them and used to manage their online business and everything like that, their magazine. So shout out to SweaterX. They've been around, they've been an OG in the space for a long time. Yeah, I used to write for them for a very long time. Let's see if I can still find my own old magazines here, old articles. Yeah, how many years ago was this? This is years ago. Yeah, years ago. 5 minute read. Yeah, it's been a long time. Um, One of many. So this just I'm still on the front page? Man, it's been a minute. So this helps you to again, you could help a business, you could write for them, all those things. I had expertise in this. I ran a CrossFit gym, and then that's why I wanted to write for them. So find an industry that you're interested in or have an expertise. There's always room for good writers. Always room for good writers. Okay, so that is our beginning of 50 of online businesses. We're going to switch over to in-person side hustles as well. If you have more questions, let me know. But we're on a good roll right now, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging in there. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go into more in-person businesses and side hustles that we could start. But I'm also going to show ways that you could be online too, as well. Okay, so let's look at in-person side hustles. Uh, okay, rides of photography, doing photography, professional photography for events or portraits. I think this could work. Definitely for online photography, that's going to be done for you. But I also think you could do online avatars or online portraits if people need a portrait and they don't have time to go out. Let's see, am I saying this right? Let's see. Let's see this guy. Highlights. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I never know how to say his name, but he does, what is it? Yeah, create beautiful AI photos and videos without a camera. So you can upload your own face and then again have all of these different portraits. So he really hit it when everything was going crazy with AI. But what is he making right now? He's making $55,000 a month on photoai.com. $55,000 a month. That's just wacky. That's just wacky. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. Check him out, follow him. But so not only could you offer like photography, but I would be looking at if I'm trying to do photography and I want to do it remote or I want to have some kind of AI component, I would be looking at this as an example, photoai.com and doing that. So done for you, or I'm gonna say micro SaaS. Example photoai.com. All right. So in-person side hustle, we have that, but we could also do it online. Personal training, offering fitness training at gyms or clients' homes. Huge fan of that, but also you could be doing it async or you could do it online. You could be offering coaching. So you see how there's the yin and yang of this. You could do it on in person or there's always an online component as well. So this could be done, I could say DIY plus. And then I'm going to say, and offering online coaching. Online coaching. Let's do that. Awesome. Okay. Home cleaning services, providing home cleaning services for homes and offices. I love it. I also think this could be DIY. Plus, if you're doing something like with feng shui or like being a minimalist, where you could offer lessons how you can clean the home. And I know there is stuff like that out there. Let's see. What is that woman Marie Kondo? What is it? Minimalist? How to clean your home? Minimalist. Minimalist. Butchering it. I already know people are like, you can't spell. I know, I know. Let's see. Decluttering your home game, like following the decluttering guide. Zen minimalist guide to simple housework. I can guarantee you. Let's take a look at this person online. Let's see. Take a look here. Links. Okay, so this person is doing a Patreon. Okay. Okay. So right here, they're doing a Patreon of what they're doing and supporting them. I could also see it being a club where you're getting support for cleaning or motivation. And so I would see that as an online component as well. So I'm going to say done for you in person. But I also think it can be DIY or DIY plus online for prompts how to clean or how to organize. Prompts on cleaning and organization. Templates, motivation via audio, support group via um, Telegram or WhatsApp, something like that. I think you could you could kill it with that. Okay, great stuff. Next up, ride sharing driver. I'm a fan of this. That's going to be done for you. But also, there are support groups where you can teach people how to do this and maximize your income as well. We have a video coming up. We've been talking about it for a couple months, but I was being a Lyft driver for 2 months to show actually how good the app is because people are always asking us about ride sharing apps. But also, I was like, if you need extra money, be a ride sharing driver. So I think there's going to be, you could do both DIY for best strategies as a driver. And I think you could also create a community, a paid community to be a part of for support. Paid community for drivers. A microsas creating a ride sharing app. And that is very hard to do. We'll talk about like you have to be very specific. It's either a very specific audience that you're focused on for ride sharing or a area where Uber or Lyft isn't, they're just not there. Um, let's see, food delivery, delivering food. I think you can do the same thing done for you, but really, I think this can be an app as well. And we know this is possible, especially with like Adalo. Let's take a look at Adalo for a moment. Go to Adalo.com. You can take a look, and one of the templates, I believe, our story, products. Where's the templates? One of the templates is food delivery. Great, yeah, food ordering app. You can do some delivery, stuff like that. Um, again, depends on the exact features that you're looking for, but we see this with small businesses trying to do it. So if I was looking for a client, I would look for ones that have a food truck and they don't have like an ordering system, or they are looking for like people to drop off their food from a food truck. I'd probably take a look at this to get started. It has limited features. If you want like a full robust, like I want to create the next Uber or Lyft, you're gonna have to look at something more like Flutterflow or something custom. But I think you could still start out with a dollar for sure. Let's see. Handyman services offering repair and maintenance services. Definitely you can do that for done for you. But I also think you could do this DIY. Plus, I say that because working with tech schools right now, there are tons of people that are weekend warriors that want to do projects at home and they don't have the skills. You can offer online workshops to help people with basic repairs, millennials, Gen Z that don't know how to take care of the house, like myself. You could offer services. So I really think it's done for you, but I think you could do DIY plus for sure. I'm going to say online workshops. Online workshops. And then I think DIY, guides, and templates. I'm going to say guides, videos, and templates. I could almost see it also. I think I would make it a community as well. Yeah, know you can do subreddits, but I would pay for like a curated, like a paid community for a contractor to tell me how to do certain things in my house. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Pet sitting, dog walking, taking care of pets for busy owners, definitely done for you. I love that. I definitely think you could do probably, hmm, it could be maybe a micro SaaS too. If you're trying to create a marketplace for your specific like community, you could do an online marketplace. You create your own. Yeah, I could see that. I'd probably start with one side or the other. So like ones that they could live in a very prestigious area. Say for instance, they live in a gated community or like a locked if you're in Manhattan or something, but you're doing this for a very specific community or very specific dog breed or something like that, and you're offering like a concierge, like a white glove service for that animal or dog, cat, whatever it is, lizard, you could do that. I think you could definitely do that. Babysitting, childcare. Okay, providing childcare services done for you, obviously. But what I would do if you have the experience and you're looking to, I don't know why I started doing W's, been out of control. Um, I would look at offering to teach other people how to run daycares and things like that. If you're already a daycare provider, and you're teaching them how to do startup costs and everything like that, I would be doing that. So DIY plus consulting. Okay. Again, with DIY plus, if I'm doing any kind of consulting, I'm going to be using Upcoach. If I'm going to expand it, I'm going to be using Heartbeat. Lawn care and gardening, maintaining lawns, same thing, and gardens, same thing. DIY plus and done for you. There are tons of gardening YouTubers. I would probably look at how they're monetizing, usually courses or communities. Do that. Learn how to do it. Great. Catering or personal chef services. We just saw this in like Gumroad. So there's a couple things. You could do this again, online classes, but you could be selling something very specific. I mean, this is very specific. Buttercream. So I would be looking at catering. Definitely you could cater it for yourself or others, but I would probably look at DIY plus. I'd look at uh group online classes, online group classes. Let me do that. I would say template plus videos. Example, let's take a look. I'm going to add that example from we just had. Where did I put it? I have too many tabs. All right, hold on. There we go. Copy. Put this right here. Let's we just add a link there. Make it look a lot better. There we go. Link. Okay. Local tour guide. I actually this is a great thing to do. If you're in a community, if you're in DC, if you're in New York, offering guided tours of your city, but not only do you have to do done for you where you could do tours, but what I would do is DIY plus where I could offer uh, custom maps, plus experiences. So say for instance, if there's a speakeasy, there's very specific things that only locals would know. I could offer them a custom map, offer them all those things, maybe even videos, and then I'd only have to go on the tour with them. I would probably pair up with a Airbnb or something like that to offer my services or offer that to be in the home when people are staying. If it's a trendy city and they're looking for things, I'll be doing that all day long. Be doing that all day long. Okay, let's bring this out right here. Oop, let's bring this here. Present. It's getting way too many tabs. Had to restart some things. Okay, so we have that. DIY Plus, art and craft sales, creating and selling homemade goods. I think this is perfect for, um, yeah, done for you where you're selling goods, but also DIY Plus. Any of those things, I would probably do it with Etsy. Etsy is one of the biggest like sellers of homemade and handmade and all those things. Probably just go with I would go with Etsy. Definitely, definitely, definitely. In the comment section, let me know what you're thinking about, what you're trying to do. Let me get a drink of water. Let me put on some music for a second. Am I back now? How long have I been? Am I muted? Okay. Okay. I'm back. Let me make sure. Okay, everything's good. All right. So if I'm doing this real quick, all right, all my levels are good. Um, okay, okay, arts and crafts, creating, yeah. So I would go with Etsy, and then if I need to do it, I might also go with Shopify if I'm building on my own store or something like that. This is done for you if I'm also if I'm going to go for a brand and they're they don't have a store, I can set up the store for them. So setting up inventory brands or building brand myself. Okay, great. Okay, next up, one of my favorites right here, music performance and DJing. I was actually a DJ for many years. I was a wedding DJ for over 20 years. Yes, you might be asking, how old is this man? I was a wedding DJ starting at the age of 13. That is no joke. My first wedding, I was in seventh grade. So I think this is great. Now, you can do a couple different things. Of course, you can do music performances and DJing anywhere, but especially during the pandemic, and you've seen this a lot now, where you can be doing DJing in virtual spaces. This is a real thing. You can be doing DJing in virtual spaces, or if you want to live stream and have your own brand doing that as well. But this is a thing. This is a thing, and people will pay. So I'm a huge fan of this. You can definitely do this online, in person, whatever you'd like to do. But yeah, we're going to go with this. Let's see here. So we're going to say done for you. And then I'm going to say in IRL, in real life, or remote. I think this is really big. And also, too, if we're looking at DJing or music, there's another thing that we can see for the 50 plus high profit side hustles. You can be selling music packs as well. So if you're selling music packs, if you're selling something like Fruity Loops and you're doing create templates for that, you can do that. You can sell your different music on BeatStart. There's tons of other things. So you could sell whatever you're doing with your music packs. So I think that's a DIY for sure. So I'm going to add that. Let's scroll up, DIY, and then we're going to do DIY. Excuse me. Yeah, done for you in DIY templates, including music packs. I would might even do DIY plus if you're doing training for specific software. If you're using Native Instrument, Ableton, all those things, you can do that as well. I'm gonna have this for both. Copy, paste. for both. Home organizing, helping people declutter and organize their homes, similar to what did we have earlier? I think that sounds very similar to the one that we had. Let's see. Home cleaning services. I think that's kind of similar. So home cleaning, providing, yeah, I think you can do it for them, but you can also offer tons of other things for them as well. Organizing. Yeah. I might also like again for boxes or something like that, you might have a very specific methodology. You can be doing that. Tutoring, teaching students in various subjects. Tutoring, you can do that in real life or remote for specific skills or yeah subjects. Medify GG is an example, or look on Indeed.com. You can definitely do that. And what I would probably do teaching packs, I could say DIY plus for templates or study guides. Yeah. Next up, language instructor. A lot of these that they're saying online, they're saying you could do the same thing in person. So I think they're pretty similar, right? Because when we did language instructor online, you could do the same thing in person. So let's go down here. Um, let's drop down here. Language instructor, teaching a language in person. I think you can do it in real life or remote. I think that you can do that I think that's DIY plus, really. You're helping with them, but you could do one on one or group coaching, up coach, or repeat. Event planning depends on the event, but I think you can do event planning for them. But also, I think DIY plus using a custom GPT. Them entering kind of like if they're going to be doing um, renovations or like home decor, you could do the same thing. Yeah, I think so. Personal shopping, assisting others shopping, similar to what we did for the other one. Let's see. We had a personal shopping, same thing that we could do with like the for the clothes and everything like that. So let's drop down. Where is it? Personal shopping. Okay. So what we would do is um done for you in DIY plus. Or we could just do remote where we're ordering everything and we're just asking someone to do it in person. Barista or bartending, working part time at a cafe, or you could do DIY plus, teaching how to make the drinks. I think that would be workshops or courses. Fitness boot camps, conducting fitness classes. I think you can be doing that more in DIY plus, cohort style, remote, or IRL training. Yoga or Pilates, that's very specific. So I think it can be the same. And the platform that we would use is going to be Trainerize or True Coach. And we'll just do Trainerize for right now. Massage therapy, providing massage services. I am a massage therapist, a certified massage therapist. That is true. But also, I would do DIY plus to teach people how to do massages as well, teaching techniques. Partners, people in general, you can teach it, go from there. Beauty services, offering services like makeup, done for you, but also I would say a community how to learn how to do it, how to so I would teaching how to put on makeup or specific styles. say if we're going there, if I'm going to be doing specific styles, I would have it building a community. I would also look at possibly helping a brand that has a line of like makeup and then helping them build out their community. So that way you could be a community manager for them or again facilitate the whole relationship. But I really think if they already are selling and they have a Shopify store and they're drop shipping or it's their own brand, and then you facilitate and create a community or certification how to use the makeup. Yeah. Or creating certification. Guys, I'd like to do remote music singing. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Great stuff. Okay. House sitting, taking care of home while owners are away. I could see that done for you, but also I would say probably DIY plus if you're creating home automation and monitoring for customers. Do that with your Alexa. You could do it with a bunch of different things. Local market vendors selling products at farmers markets or fairs. Love this. I would also, so done for you, but I would also do DIY plus where you could offer creating marketing supplies, marketing material for local um, local vendors. So not only could you have your own shop, but you could offer, are they sourcing their boxes? Are they getting their stickers? Or maybe they need stamps or things like that. You're doing that for them. Next up, car washing or detailing. Love that. That's a done for you service. I would also have a micro SaaS if you're going to create um, micro SaaS for people to book. So you could have this for the vendor itself to have their own booking app. We see this with a lot of prestigious clients where they want on demand detailing or car washing. You can have them sign up via an app. You could create that app for those detailers, or you could create a marketplace and do that yourself. So uh, create app for detailers or creating a marketplace. Find detailers. There we go. That there. Bike repair, offering repair services for bicycles. I like that. So that's done for you. But also, I'd probably offer like a micro SaaS to or a database. So database of repair shops or specialized services for high end bikes. When I was in Austin, there was a huge population of bikers. I could not believe that no one was getting hit or at a high level. But there was tons of people that are avid fans and they want to know where they should go when they're traveling, things like that. I would be offering a specialized either service or I would do a DIY plus to have specific maps for bikers. They're on certain trails, things like that, or specific experiences. Computer phone repair, repairing electronic devices. I think this could be on demand. Yeah, done for you on demand in person, going to the home, or online support. I think that would be huge. Okay, so we have that. That's great. Okay, so we have that. Tailoring alterations, providing clothing alteration services. I think this is a wonderful idea. Done for you service. It's very custom. I think it's very niche. Also, too, I think you could be doing it DIY plus where you're teaching people how to alter a suit. Alter a suit. Okay. Jewelry making and sales, designing and selling custom jewelry. Yep. I would do done for you, and then DIY plus showing how to do it. I would do this for I would do this on Etsy for sure. If I can spell jewelry, that would be wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Next up. Well, we're crushing it. What in the world? Let's look at this one. Furniture making upcycling, creating or refurbishing furniture. Really like that. I think it could be done for you. Or I see this DIY and DIY plus. I think you showing how to do it and then showing courses how to do it yourself. And along with the journey, I really think you could do this as a creating a brand online. I really think this would be good for YouTube for tutorials or trending like on TikTok, things like that, or before and afters. Yeah. If I was doing this, I would probably create a I'd probably use Gumroad to probably start out with like digital downloads, things like that. And then as I scaled, then I would make it with a course and everything like that. Digital downloads, add course when expanding. Before a course, I'd probably again we talked about this. We would do a cohort and everything like that. Let's see. MG saying great stream doc. Since we're talking about different ideas, would it be possible to add multiple projects onto a single project or platform that has multiple features on Flutter Flow? Okay, let's see about this. Possible to add multiple projects onto a single project. That depends. Depends on the features and what you mean by the project, right? So does the project is it like a database and you want to hook up multiple databases? If you're doing that with like APIs, so two systems talking to each other, possibly. And if you're doing something with multiple workflows like build ship, yes, you could, and you could do that into Flutterflow. In general, though, if you're trying to combine projects, I wouldn't recommend it. If you're trying to like, it just depends on the features and functionality. If you're trying to combine it and you're doing like, I want to bring the best like features of one, I'd probably make it a component, make it standard, and then share that component to another project. And then you could connect it that way. But unless I'm doing something with data or some kind of workflow and I'm using BuildShip, no. If it's just simply data or you're doing like some kind of calculation on one side and you're using something like Rowie or BuildShip to combine it, yes. But yeah, that's what I would be looking at. Let me know if that makes sense. So in general, if it's something on the back end, you're sharing some kind of database like Superbase and you want to connect it to a couple of things, you could. But in general, you're not going to really want to combine different apps or anything like that. Feel free to give me more details, but thanks so much. Great question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you. Okay. Um 33. Driving people to destinations, personal drivers or chauffeur, I'm all about it. Of course, you're going to have transportation or rent, having a limousine or something, but I think you can do that. That's going to be done for you. I'm going to say you're going to do that as a done for you. The only way it could be a DIY or DIY plus is if you're teaching the skill and you're teaching them how to build the business. So if you've already had a successful limousine business or bodyguard service and you're driving people around, things like that, protection, then I could see you teaching to build out the business. But in general, rendering the service, it's going to be done for you. Yeah. Real estate investing, again, make sure this is not financial advice, but make sure you trust only ones that have that skill or that certification or that training. So investing, I could see this being done for you where, they're actually telling you what to do or you're investing their money. Most likely, I would see a DIY plus where it's either a community or group training. And I would use Heartbeat with that. Yeah, I would use Heartbeat. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me bring this over here. Okay. Next up, Airbnb host renting out property or rooms. Yeah. So renting out property, yeah, I mean that's the main thing. So you could be renting it out in your own home or something like that. So that would be, yeah, done for you. But I would also probably again teach someone how to do it too. You can look at Rob Built, all of those kind of things, but you could be teaching that, or I would be doing an add-on service where I would be either combining it with tours or activities or something like that, and then you could work with the person as well. Local workshops or classes. I mean, teaching skills or hobbies. I'm all about it. I'm going to say DIY plus. And what I would look at is probably Eventbrite, get inspiration, and look at what's in your area, what you should teach. I think there's a huge, huge area for you to just take a look at what's happening, all those things, and for you to do this yourself. Yeah, I do it with. I'd use Eventbrite. And if you're seeing an event and you think you could do it better, offer to host it yourself. So get involved with what are other people doing. Help with that. Painting, creating large scales for businesses, done for you or DIY plus teaching. Window cleaning services, I think it's great. We'll talk about that coming up in a later episode, but I think this is great. Window cleaning, washing, all of those things. If you specialize, such as my family, my in laws do like high rise window washing. So, like, very niche, but like a lot of people don't like heights. A lot of people don't like doing it, but they like propel and do all of the cleaning of the glass. That's a nice way to do it. Plus DIY. No, no, no. I'm gonna do done for you. DIY only training. Yeah, only if I'm doing training. That way running a business, everything like that. Business training. Yeah. Pool cleaning and maintenance. Let's get through this. My voice is failing me. Um Providing pool care services. Again, done for you. But I would also do DIY plus if you're selling kits for the water. Used to be a lifeguard, used to be a swim instructor. Um, we're always talking about testing the pH, all those things. If I'm doing a personal pool, I'd probably be selling like kits for the chemicals or something like that. Especially if there's an influencer online. I saw someone on TikTok, like they just do before and afters. I think if they start selling the kits of what they do to help the pool to stay clean, they'd be making a killing. So kits for cleaning pool. Vending machine ownership. I think this is great. Again, owning it and then operating, done for you. Plus training. Always tempted to do this. I'm always tempted to do this. Haven't done it yet, but I'm a huge fan of this. Huge fan. All right. Next up, what are we at? Wow. Okay, we're at 91. We're at 91. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. So we did, yeah, 50 online, 51 in person. Yeah, we're killing it. Party entertainment, providing or performing or providing entertainment at parties, done for you if you're doing like magic tricks, clowns, all those different things. But I also think you could do it as a micro SaaS, creating a marketplace for for performers, for performers, or for equipment, like bounce house, things like that, or equipment rental. Yep. Home staging, preparing homes for sale. Talked about that, but I would do done for you, but I would also do done for you plus. No, DIY plus, because you could teach how to stage your own house, or you could do workshops online, group training. For that one, I would use Heartbeat. Great. Here we go. All right, recycling and upcycling, turning recyclable and upcyclable materials into products. I see this more like homemade. I could see this like Etsy or things like that. Definitely think it's more artsy. Yeah, we'll do that. Plus, you can show how other people can do it as well. Skill, the skill. If you look at it, a lot of times, if you already possess this, you can be teaching a lot of people the same thing that you're doing the service of. Um, I just think that's a huge opportunity. A lot of people are always thinking about I need to go with volume. A lot of people just want to learn how to do it or they're interested and would buy like a starter kit, and you can be doing that too. So, some people are watching it for entertainment, but I mean, I watched the lock picking lawyer. Now I want to learn how to pick locks and I'm going to buy his locksmith kit and everything. So, there's tons of things when people are learning a skill or a hobby, teaching them and showing them and just offering a course, that's a great diversifying income. Local produce farming, growing and selling produce, yeah, done for you. That's a lot of labor intensive. I'll probably teach people how to farm. Homesteading, I think it's called. Wow. Let me know if that's right. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just gardening, but homesteading is what I see on YouTube all the time. Um, Carpentry and woodworking, building and selling wood products. I got a shout out to one of our clients, um, make a woodsign.com. Been killing it for a long time. So they teach you, first of all, they have beginner kits right here. But also too, along with this, they're teaching you how to do it on YouTube, but there are other videos and there's tons of things that they are doing. So um, I think you can definitely do this. I know this because it's one of our clients. So I would be doing DIY and DIY plus workshops, all that stuff, workshops, courses, and memberships. They have their own membership too. Okay, so we have that. Okay, t-shirt printing and design, creating custom clothing. I would probably use Printful. Again, we talked about Printful, and then if we're going to be using Spreadshop instead, I would look at Printful for mockups, for doing it for myself, integrating it into my Shopify store or a brand if I'm going to be helping them. For local businesses, I could help them because I could go to individual mom and pop shops if I'm going to detailers, tint shops, and then offer to do their merch for them or teaching them how to do it. Let's see, done for you. or DIY plus using Printful. Niche fitness studio owner running a specialized fitness studio. I like this. If you're going to be doing like yoga, hot yoga, or something like that, but I would also too, I would be looking at being a broker. For example, when I first started my business, I didn't have an area, I didn't have the CrossFit gym, and I needed a space. I rented a space in the back of a jujitsu academy for the first 6 months, and understanding like how to do it, like how to approach them. There was not a lot of information online. I like this being an owner, but I also think you could be or a broker to teach people, either you're negotiating it for them or you're teaching them how to do it. So, and you're just getting a percentage off the top or something just because you're negotiating the deal. So I think it's done for you, or DIY plus, where you're teaching them and going through the process. Next up, if we look at this, let's see. We look at that. Specialty tour operator offering unique local tours. I think this is great that you could do it in person, all of those things. But also, one second, let me refresh. Also, I think you can be offering templates if people don't want to, if you don't want to do it in person, I think you can just offer um maps and everything like that, or async or remote where they can text you or things like that. Because a lot of times if they already have a group, maybe they just want to go off and they just want to have tour maps or a guided experience where you're offering them an audio experience or something like that. You can be building all of those things out, and you could go to the city. If it's a small city, you could be offering to create these experiences with the chamber of commerce or the local community chamber of commerce or a local town. Yeah, they have probably a tourism board. You can offer that. You can also, if I'm trying to do it, or offer creating an app for the city or an experience. Tons of things that you could do right there. Craft workshop instructor teaching craft making skills. I think that's awesome. DIY plus with workshops or communities, or I'm going to say pop up communities. Home tech setup, assisting your with home technology setups. Oh my goodness. I saw this in the $1 million weekend. I think this is huge as well. There's tons of people, especially older ones, that need help with setting up the Roku device. I can't tell you how many times I get a call about that from relatives or older friends. My parents' friends, like they're constantly doing this, setting up routers, setting up all these things. I think this is huge. Even setting up Zoom or downloading or doing this stuff for the computers. I think this is a huge thing that could happen done for you. And I think I'm just like, where's my emoji for this? I think this is like this is hidden gold right here. Yeah, I think you just need to do it. I think people need to do this thing right here. That's awesome. You could be making so much money right there. And it's a needed service. There's so many older ones in their homes that they just do not know how to set up things. You could be offering that. If I'm going to number one, I would be going to like the Rotary Club and things like that, old school things in your local community. I would look at senior citizen, either like I would go to all these just events around town, ones that have like silver sneakers, things like that. I would go and start like just crushing it. Custom cake baking and decorating, making and selling custom cakes. I think we talked about this all already in Gumroad. You could be selling the plans, how to make your own cake. You could be doing workshops and all those things. So you can do done for you, but you can definitely do DIY plus and all of those things with it. And with that, we have gone through 101 side hustles in part one and two. If you want to see more of these kind of things, if you think this is cool, let me know in the comment section down below. I want to do more of this. If you want to see examples of different templates or how people are making money, let me know as well. If you want to see a deep dive, how people are making money, different businesses like we touched upon, like Brickfest Live. We talked about Effortless Gent. We can talk about all of these different things. If you want to see exact examples how people are making money of these side hustles, let me know in the comment section down below. We've gone through 101, and we're going to be doing other videos to break down all these things for you to see what skill you can have, the style to make money, and the tool to get started. If you've liked this, please let me know. Like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're either checking it out on Doc Williams YouTube channel or the DIY Media Makers YouTube channel. We're doing a lot over there. Please come and support us. And if you have any questions, make sure that you reach out to me at underscore Doc Williams on Twitter, or also too, if you're going to be on YouTube, make sure that you go on either platform to take a look. We are free. We do this every single week, and make sure that you like and subscribe. There's going to be a link right down below for you to check out DIY Media Makers, which is our second YouTube channel. And remember, if you want to learn how to build your own online business, your own side hustle, make an extra $500, $1,000 a month, let us know what you're looking to do, and we'll continue to provide more videos. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much, everybody.